Mm-hmm.
Welcome to It's All Bullshit, the gaming podcast where a bunch of us idiots talk about shit we don't understand. I'm your host, Sedg, and I'm joined here by my co-hosts, King Kegel.
AKA Lightsaber Ninja.
And Chi.
Yo, what up? Oh, also AKA Shakio.
Oh, you have an AKA.
I do.
Nobody has any AKs in this podcast.
I have AKAs, dude.
You don't know about that.
I have daily zeitgeist level AKAs. Let me break into a song.
Yeah,
Jesus, please don't.
But I worked my name into it.
Did you? Okay, fine.
No, I'm kidding.
Didn't you, used to do that
No, what?
on SoundCloud or something?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Must have been my imagination.
Yeah, that song you shared must have been imagination.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, I don't like that I have other names on this podcast.
Oh, God. So, today's topic of bullshit, DLC in video games.
We couldn't just go with discussion. There's nothing wrong with that word. Not that we discuss things, we just kind of shout at each other.
No, we
the other
have a strict format that we've always followed.
We do?
Uh-huh.
To a T. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, bullshit.
We're very
Exactly! Roll credits.
Oh, God. We're gonna get fucking DMCA'd.
Why?
That's the ultimate goal.
CinemaSins is gonna come after us now.
Nobody dinged that.
You guys aren't cool enough to get CinemaSins coming after you.
Ooh, hot takes.
Thanks, super producer.
Podcast is over. I quit. This whole,
Self-esteem.
this
ultimate
entire
high.
podcast was a mistake.
I mean, we already
Don't
knew
be a
that from the
quitter.
start.
When you consider how much we've recorded versus how much we've uploaded, I think we're fine.
Don't be a quitter.
There's only... The listeners don't have to know that I have a 3-month backlog of old episodes.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you've made references to time in a few of them. So,
Yeah, I mean, there's one where I say, didn't we talk about that last time? And, it was never uploaded, so... So, no, we didn't.
That's
We didn't
true.
talk about it last time.
No,
Last time
there is no
was
last time. I don't know what you're talking about. This is episode 1. Episode 0.
Whoever told you time was linear was lying.
Oh, Einstein.
It's
I
a
was
big
shaking
ball
my
of timey.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff.
I was purposefully not quoting that. Thanks.
And
Are we
I...
trying for the MCAs today? Because I'll sing Frozen.
Jesus, please don't. Mostly because I don't...
Yeah.
I don't want
We
to...
gotta get Nintendo up in here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, it's over.
let it go. Let it go.
Oh, damn it.
Motherfuck.
Oh, God, this podcast is going terribly.
It's going
When doesn't it?
beautifully.
It's going right on track.
That's fair.
This is true.
So what have you all been doing this week?
I'm pretty sure neither of y'all actually discussed the actual topic on hand.
It's okay, we'll get there.
We'll get there eventually.
We have a
need to
strict
talk about it
format
yet.
that we follow to a T.
Exactly. So, what the fuck did everybody do this week?
I downloaded 30 Game Boy Advance games that I've been playing.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, illegally. I pirated them. They're ROMs.
No, I
I
that
am
part
a-
I expected. The sheer number was the staggering part of it.
There's so many interesting ones, dude. There's Kill Switch, which is, a third-person tactical cover-based shooter.
I still can't believe that fucking game made it on the Game
Brilliant.
Boy. I still need to look.
Dude,
Game Boy
it-
Advance.
It runs like garbage.
I believe
It
it.
runs like hot fucking garbage, and I played the shit out of it.
That is so
Um,
good.
I got X versus Sever. I brought this up somewhere. But I got X versus Sever, which is an old fucking action movie that nobody watched with Antonio Banderas and Lucy Liu that somehow spawned 2 first-person shooters on the Game Boy Advance.
What didn't spawn a game on the Game Boy Advance, though?
3D
Really?
first-person shooting on the Game Boy Advance. There's also Doom and Duke Nukem.
Sounds legit.
I am. Oh my god! I forgot Splinter Cell had a Game Boy Advance port.
I have Splinter Cell. I'm thinking of getting Pandora tomorrow.
Did Mad Max too?
I don't know if Mad Max did.
Hold up.
You need a
But Max
quieter
Payne did.
fucking keyboard for this.
Or did I say Mad Max? I meant Max Payne.
Oh yeah,
You did
Max
say
Payne
Mad
is
Max.
100% on the GBA. It's an isometric top-down version, but
Yeah.
it's still the same game.
Gosh. I feel like I'm severely missing out having never had a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, you are.
I have not played any games. Like
been
emulated or
playing a
otherwise
lot.
for it.
Surprisingly, the
It
one I've been
sounds like
playing the most. The one I've been playing the most is the Herb Sims in the City.
Oh my god. Really?
Oh my god. I remember
Yeah.
that.
I don't know if the fucking awful soundtrack of Black Eyed Peas made it because I
Oh
play
my-
with the sound off. But
I mean, you could
And-
always just play that on your phone. Get,
What was
get
nuts
the
about
real
the Herb-
aesthetic going.
yeah, what was nuts about the Herbs though, back when it was on console, was that
Mhm.
the whole soundtrack was done by Black Eyed Peas. It was all based on their new album where they dropped the R word to get a #1 hit. And but they sang in Simlish the whole time, and it didn't take away from any of the songs.
I believe it.
Oh.
And I want to hear it so bad. That's definitely what I'm looking up after this.
I don't know if I
Adding
want
that to
to.
my Spotify queue.
Let's get retarded Simlish. Just put it into YouTube.
100% doing that.
But the Herbs is a surprisingly robust and in-depth fucking game.
Is
was
it?
like 30 megabytes, which is like 7 GBA games worth of fucking content.
Wow.
It's a miracle that the Game Boy Advance cartridge didn't explode.
Yeah, I don't know how this game ran. Apparently it's identical to its DS brother.
Really?
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is all your needs as a sim are like fucking impossible to keep topped up in addition to doing all the missions and shit. But I've been playing the shit out of it.
Like, I remember playing the DS version. And
I
that
got-
was a pain.
Oh, there you go. I got Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
But did
And
you?
that's this fucking... Oh, go ahead, what?
I was gonna say, but did you get the Passion of the Christ game?
Excuse me,
You're
what?
fucking with me. What?
What?
I want to play as Jim Caviezel as a sprite. Press A to scream in pain.
I mean, you're already basically playing Jesus in most video games.
Not in the Matrix: The Path of Neo. The Wachowskis literally come on screen to tell you why that's not going to happen, and so instead you fight a giant mecha Agent Smith.
I'm not okay with that.
I'm totally okay with that. It's pretty great. They come out as Atari sprites, and they're like, you know, in a video game, the whole Jesus thing is kind of lame, super lame. So, like, we did this, and then you just get this amazing boss fight where Agent Smith piles on a bunch of debris and turns into a giant Agent Smith, rips the sunglasses off of a billboard and puts them on, and you just fly around like Goku punching a giant mecha Agent Smith.
What I mean to say is, I'm not okay with that not having been in my life so far.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. It should have been in the films.
Yes, it should have. I mean, they have enough fourth wall breaking anyway.
I don't care what the haters say. I love the Dragon Ball Z fighting in the third movie. It's so fucking cool when they punch each other and it blows like this big ball of fucking rain away for like 10 whole seconds. Ah. It's like they figured out how to make Superman fight before Superman figured it out.
We're on movies now. We're going back to games.
Well, speaking of movies, I finally watched Justice League.
You cut out there. You
I
finally
assume that
watched
he said
Blank.
Justice League.
I did say Justice League.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
It was sad, man.
It
It was
was
real sad.
It was not.
Are you one of the people who think that there's like a Snyder cut that's somehow a good movie?
I'm not even sure if you can save that with a Snyder cut.
Fuck no, you can't save it with a Snyder cut. Oh yeah, Zack Snyder will improve this film's story. It's something nobody has ever said ever.
I mean, clearly people are saying it though. Oh my god.
Podcast cat.
Podcast cat ate Shane apparently. Since we can't hear him, but we can hear the cat.
Yeah, no, it was just the story was super rushed and it was just painful to watch.
Yeah, the Wonder Woman bit at the beginning, you can tell that they just kind of added in because they didn't realize Wonder Woman was a good movie.
I love how they accidentally made one good film.
Yeah.
And cannot figure out what made that film good.
No, they have no idea why that film was good.
It's amazing.
Let's just throw Joss Whedon at this and it'll be good, right?
I mean, that's
Nope.
that's the
Spoiler
formula,
alert.
right?
Spoiler alert, no.
But was there?
You know what we need? A problematic man in Hollywood right now. That's what we need.
Another one?
It'll fix everything about this. Which, you know what? I don't really hate Joss Whedon that bad for his transgressions. If you want to cheat on your wife, that's on you.
Yeah.
You know, do whatever makes you happy. Just
Like
don't dig any deeper into the story from there.
like in the wonderful world of celebrity scandals and all of that wonderful nonsense, I feel like affairs are like the furthest down on the totem pole. Like,
Yeah, I don't
okay,
think-
yeah, that's expected.
I think the issue is that we kind of elevate these people to be better than just human.
Yeah, this is very true.
And so then we get disappointed whenever it turns out that they make human mistakes. But like, fucking cheat on your wife. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as long as it doesn't affect your art, maybe you'll get good art from it. I mean,
Fuck yeah, right?
I've never had more respect for Alanis Morissette than whenever she blew Dave Coulier in a fucking theater and sang about it.
Well, for artists, that is the trick, though. It's just fucking your life up to a just the right amount that you can get the perfect.
Sedge, I'm sorry. I realize we're so off topic, but I'm loving this talk right now.
I'm not saying shit.
I could talk about celebrities fucking all day.
Jesus. I am gonna have to get us off of this.
Oh, I would say, if anything, it'd be Mary Magdalene. He didn't have a lot of celebrities to pick from.
I hate you.
Maybe Peter.
Okay.
So, like usual, nobody wants to ask me what I've been doing.
What have you been doing? You know what? You're right. What have you been doing? Shame on me.
Thank you. I mean, you as a collective.
It was me.
Sure.
I've hijacked this so far, so...
That's what you do.
It's true, it is what you do.
Is that bad?
I mean, that's your character, so it's alright. As long as it fits in line with your character.
It's not even a character.
No, I'm just a terrible person. I'm just a terrible, self-centered person that likes to hear themselves talk. It's cool.
Always giving the audience the benefit of the doubt. Always gonna let them have the benefit of the doubt. No.
Nope, this is not a facade. This is just me. I'm a shit person. So what have you been up to, Chi?
Thanks. I've been playing Steins Gate. and I want to espouse on that, except I won't because, as in my character trope, talking about things I like makes me uncomfortable.
What is it?
It's a visual novel.
Uh,
Yeah, so it's calling it a game is pretty.
no, it's still a game. You know what? I want to get the games like Her Story and Another Lost Phone, and like everybody doesn't call those games. So that was a weird sentence structure. Go ahead. What's Steins Gate about?
Steins Gate is fucking magnificent. It starts out as like this delusional otaku. He thinks he's a mad scientist. He's like, it's got a lot of like otaku, like just Japanophile tropes and just garbage moe business. So
It's
like
weeby fan service for a loser like you.
exactly, and it lulls you into this false sense of security, and then major character death, and then oh no wait, that isn't a major character death because she's alive. She's joining the main cast now because she just died in an alternate world line because this story is about time travel.
I kind of figured when you said Steins Gate.
Exactly. But I started playing it
right now.
I started playing it because there's a, I don't know if it was considered a spin-off or a sequel, Steins Gate Zero. The anime of it is I think about completed now, but I started watching it and I was like, oh god, I remember how much I loved this. I should go watch the first series. And I was like, you know what? I have the fucking game and I've never actually played it.
That's
I've had it for
cool.
years. So I'm like, you know what? Instead of watching the anime and just passively like taking it in, I'm gonna be part of it. And oh my god, I have been playing it like yesterday I woke up at 4:30 a.m. Started playing.
Wow.
I had to go back to sleep at some point because
But this game is basically consuming you.
I play it during my work breaks. Yeah, no, it's a good all-consuming.
That's pretty dope.
It's great.
Sedg?
Sedg. Aside from, I forgot the name of the movie already. The DC
Justice
one
League.
that nobody likes.
Oh yeah, apart from
That's
watching Justice League and my random assortment of World War II documentaries that I watch.
I feel better.
Do you? Because
Yeah,
why?
I don't feel as bad about all my GBA games hearing you say World War II documentary.
Oh, also I finally finished Dragon's Crown. Hallelujah.
Oh, good.
You know there's a new game plus in that?
No.
I started that. Guess what happens after that? There's a new game plus. This game is retarded. And it hurts my soul. That's why I'm playing a visual novel.
Wow, Sedg, that sounds incredible.
Hey, I was the interjector this time. Kegel, run for your money.
No, apart from watching
I've had
the
too
shitty
much
DC movie and crying myself to sleep about it, I have been getting back into Overwatch
Oh no.
and Fortnite
Oh.
Cool.
and mini golf.
Did you... That I believe.
Yeah, so
Who do you main in Overwatch?
I'll give you a
What
guess.
do you expect? God.
Oh, is it the gun guy?
I mean, there are many.
There are many gun guys. You have to be more specific.
And yes,
The
he plays all
cowboy
of them.
one?
No, actually.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
I main Reaper.
And no one was
Oh,
surprised.
Reaper, yeah, of course, yeah.
Edgelord
Okay.
Supreme.
Yeah, no, Reaper's so cool, dude. I know Reaper.
How do you feel
Reaper.
about the new character?
I am so excited for Hammond.
Me too, Hammond. Love Hammond and Reaper. I know this.
Man, I don't shit on you when I don't know shit about what you're talking
I'm not shitting
about.
on you. I'm just trying to pretend like I'm in the conversation, okay? I'm not saying, oh, you're a loser for this. Overwatch is wildly popular for a reason. I just want to feel like I belong.
I mean, if anything, if he's trying to shit on it, like,
That's fair. I don't know what I should
love
expect.
Reaper.
everybody loves
Hammond is so cool.
it. He's a
I'm a
hamster
big fan.
in a mecha suit.
Yeah, he's a hamster in a tank.
Yeah.
That's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
There are many people who are angry.
Including your roommate.
I like,
which
My roommate and my ex, probably.
fills me
you
with...
know why people are mad about the reveal?
Why?
Because
Why do
they
you think-
can't they can't draw it fucking in a non-weird way.
You know, I will give you that. It's probably a little bit of it. Whether they realize it or not,
Yeah.
you can't ship it. Don't ship it.
Oh,
hamster.
you know who else I love? I love May. That's a name I know
Mm,
because I
thick
played
waifu.
it so.
I don't play Overwatch because I don't have the hand-eye coordination for that business.
The community is also extraordinarily toxic.
Yes.
Yeah, you heard me, Overwatch community, that I'm a part of. You're toxic.
Toxic prick.
I mean, I'm also part of the Rick and Morty fandom. I've been part of
with the
some
Overwatch,
of
with
I've
the
been part of
Overwatch
the
community.
worst fandoms. Rick and Morty, My Little Pony, fucking Hitalia.
That's a fucking name I haven't heard in a while.
Some of the worst. Only the worst fandoms. I'm trying to think of other ones. I don't like Undertale. I'm sorry, everybody.
God, I love all these characters that I didn't look up.
Basically, you just pick one that you'd fuck, and then you main it. That's how you play the game. Right?
That makes sense.
No, that is... What?
It sounds right to me.
I know.
Wait, just
Sounds
that
right
you
for
want to fuck?
Sedg, too.
Wait, just one that you want to fuck? Could it also be one that you'd like to be when you're fucking?
Yes.
Okay.
This is only getting weirder.
No. It's only begun.
That's fair. We still have hours of podcasting left.
Producer super producer Twilight has a great point that this is quite tame to our usual conversations. Haven't we brought up incest porn before?
Probably.
I say we, but I know it's me.
I mean, if we're talking about Overwatch, you've got the ship right there.
Oh yeah, you know those related Overwatch characters
Mm-hmm.
and how they be fucking.
I feel like I'm just trying to make my roommate squirm at this point, who probably wouldn't listen to this anyway.
I love Bastion and Doomfist.
Okay, nobody likes Bastion. I'm gonna stop you right there.
Everyone likes Bastion, you heathen. No one likes Doomfist.
Bastion's
And
pointed.
Hanzo, full name Hanzo Shimada, and Junkrat, and
Are you literally like looking over?
Freeze.
You've been talking to my girlfriend too much.
and May, and Farah. No, I'm not looking. I just know these off by my heart.
Yeah, you're definitely not looking at a unit list.
I ship Road Rat.
Soldier 76, Sombra, Symmetra,
Oh,
Symmetra.
just because I'm gonna try to get us off this topic now.
Yes, let's.
Torbjorn, Tracer.
Comfortable.
A game that I
Widowmaker.
play on PC just recently came out to the Nintendo Switch. So
Diva.
that's kind of cool.
You cut out again.
Oh, did I?
You know
Yeah.
what though? I want to say, hold on. He's not cutting out on his own recording though, just to us. So you got to do what I do and just pretend it didn't happen.
But it was like the most
And just say,
crucial
"Yup."
part of the sentence. It was like,
It
just
usually
came
is.
out and that's pretty
That-
cool. And I'm like,
That's pretty nice, dude. That is cool. See?
oh, so that's
how you
why you
liking
sound
it?
so disinterested most of the time.
How
No.
you liking that thing that happened?
No, Bomber Squad came out.
Oh.
Is that what it's called?
Is
Oh,
that
Bomber
what it's
Bomber
called?
Crew.
He
Sorry,
asks.
Bomber Crew. Just came out on Switch, and I've been playing that on PC for a while, so I'm excited to be able to see how it runs on the Switch. The problem I have with it, that I know because Chi was watching me play a little bit of it earlier, and
You have a Switch?
yeah,
I hate you.
I know.
You have everything. You have literally every available console.
This is how I feel. This is how I
Including
felt
PC.
throughout high school. Kegel, feel it in your soul. Let it
I
fester,
do.
burn.
My co-hosts are turning on me.
That's as we usually do.
But no, I can see an issue rising from this. It's a micromanagey as fuck game. Like you have to micromanage 6 members of a bomber crew and have them do different tasks and stuff. So you have like your pilot, your gunners, your bomb aimer, your engineer, your radio man, your navigator.
Mm-hmm.
And on PC, it's hard enough to manage all those and have them fix, because it's all random what can happen on your bomber. So you could be flying a mission, all of a sudden your electrical systems go down, and now your plane is plummeting towards the ocean
Oh well.
because your engine's just cut out. So playing that on the Switch, where you have to make split-second quick decisions of where to send people, I can see it being a bit of an issue, but I'm going to try to have some fun with it, and I like the fact that I can take it on the go with me.
It was
I've-
such a weird shock hearing him describe this thing, and I don't know if you're picturing it in your head at all, but like
Nope.
the graphics are obnoxiously adorable, and it made me
Oh,
really
really?
uncomfortable.
Yeah, here, I'll post a thing to the chat.
There might be
Yeah,
a
that's-
link in the description as well.
Aww.
Yeah,
I
so
know.
it's ridiculously twee, but I will tell you the same story I told Chi. I was flying a mission, and my
Whenever
tail
they bombed me. Sorry, I had to finish the couplet.
and my tail gunner. Actually, the tail of the aircraft got shot off, and my tail gunner plummeted to his death.
Oh god.
Yeah. So it's a
How
ridiculously.
bloody is it?
It's not. That's the thing. There's no blood.
Oh.
There's no blood. It's all cartoony. But
It
you
looks like a Nick Jr. cartoon. But like a propaganda kind.
yeah. See, the thing is, it's like you manage each individual crew member, so you can stat them out with different gear to make them better at their certain job.
Totally.
But the game has permadeath. So if you lose a crew member, like that crew member you've trained up for 18 missions and they're level 5 and they have super good gear, and they get shot out of the ball turret, and you used your med pack to revive the tail gunner, so now they're just gonna die.
throwing a lot of words at me now.
I don't understand this.
Got a lot of lingo in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks if they die. I'm gathering that.
Yeah.
You can't loot their dead corpse.
Nope. Because usually once one person dies, the plane plummets to the earth. And nobody
That's
lives
fair.
through that.
That's
In
fair.
that picture, man, Mustache Man is looking right at me, and I want to wave back. It looks like the kind of show where the planes have faces. They got voices like this.
Jesus.
Well, I guess we gotta go bob some bad guys.
That does sound propaganda.
It really does.
We're doing this for freedom and the flag.
I mean,
Yeah.
the cool shit is that it's actually based on a real life bomber, the British Lancaster.
Oh, I'm sure that he wouldn't be insulted by that at all.
It's the plane.
Yeah. We already established that planes have faces and personality.
Oh, Jesus. So,
Why do you keep bringing... Is Jesus in the game?
you might be. I don't know. Your crew goes to meet Jesus at some point.
Aw. Dead people.
The most highbrow comedy here.
This is why people watch us.
There's a
Listen,
reason we don't
listen to-
introduce ourselves as comedians.
Fact.
Because, like, we've all got that sense of humor that only your close friends enjoy.
Are we friends now?
What?
Does that mean
Yeah.
we're friends?
For the sake of this podcast, we're friends and in the same room.
Oh my god. I
Kegel,
have
how the
so
hell did
many
you get into my
friends.
house?
Well, today's podcast day, bro. And don't you mean studio? Wink.
No, I meant my house.
I'm
Where do you
sitting in
think
the
my
middle of
studio
someone's living room
is?
Because I don't live in anywhere quiet enough to host this.
Well,
Any of the three
you have
places
to
I
live
live
on the
in.
street. Yes, Twilight, I do. He owns every fucking console.
He does have enough to support a house and a studio and probably a luxury apartment for his mistress.
And 3 Ferraris.
We suck at this.
We do suck at this.
Oh, God.
Speaking of Switch games, another one I want to plug. A game called Just
Breath
Shapes
of the
and Bits.
Wild. Legend of Zelda. Breath of the Wild.
Shut up.
Damn.
What is funny though on this in this bullet hell rhythm game that you drowned out the title of it, so I guess we're
No,
just
no, no.
gonna
It's
leave
an
it at
open
that.
world adventure game with a lot of, like, system simulations.
One of the level songs does actually sample a Legend of Zelda clip.
If you throw a rusty sword into a fucking rock goblin's mouth, it'll
It's
spit
pretty neat
out
because I don't usually
a
hear that song
non-rusted
used.
sword.
It's I believe the Kokiri Forest theme, which is
The
not one
ground
that's
sparks
used a
at
whole
your
lot.
feet right before
in
you get hit by
remixes.
lightning.
Kegel, I think you ran out of things to talk about that you even know about the game.
That's fair.
It was a valiant effort, though.
I
enjoy what we did there.
thank you.
That's
I,
basically having a conversation with my grandmother. It felt very nostalgic to me. Thank you.
But in all seriousness, you can talk about the game you were mentioning. I just want to say I've kind of been on this Breath of the Wild kick because I just recently realized that it's, like, really up my alley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Should get a Switch then.
Yeah, let me just go hop down to Walmart and buy one up.
Exactly.
I'd like this $300 game console, please. Of course I can cover it.
That is exactly how I feel. No, Hegel. I was at I'm gonna call it a house party. It wasn't really. It was like a gathering of like a dozen people.
It
But
was like a house party to Electric Boogaloo.
I don't have that many friends, but I had enough to fill a decent sized room. But anyway, I was so like vaguely uncomfortable because literally everybody in the room had a Switch. Literally everybody in the room,
Damn.
except for me and my boyfriend, and it was just like,
And nobody
I'm like,
Nobody
I'm
passed
glad
you a
everyone's
single
having
Joy-Con?
fun.
No one passed you a single fucking Joy-Con?
Oh no, like people were playing multiplayer games and shit. Like the one I was talking about. Multiplayer supports up to 4 people.
Were there any drugs or alcohol involved in this house party, or is it just a lame nerd thing where everybody brings a Switch to a house and plays multiplayer?
No, it was a rooftop party.
What?
Oh, it's just like those commercials.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. I mean, it was
Like,
basically
yeah,
that.
She's the one person that lives that life.
No, it wasn't that far off. And yes, of course alcohol was involved. I was there.
Okay, well, what you should have done is you should have got somebody like real wasted and stole their Switch.
Well, everyone else was playing theirs, so the only thing I had to do was get myself wasted.
Aw, so you did it backwards. They would have noticed immediately when you went for it.
I don't know, I had fun.
Not as much fun as you'd have if you had stolen a Switch. And what you do is, as soon as they notice that their Switch is missing, be the first person that offers to help look for it.
Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah, man, I'll help you look for it. I guess we couldn't
Ask-
find it. That sucks.
That's exactly
Ask
what I do with all
people-
my coworkers' headphones.
Ask the people that you know they don't like real
Okay.
pointed questions. Like, hey, did you see it? Because I noticed that you were by it earlier. Have you seen it? Like, just get them to suspect other people.
That is something I would do too.
Hey, this is how I've come to own every game console in my life. Even
mean,
the
I just-
original Xbox.
I just bought them with money, but you do you, I guess. That's why I
Who
don't
needs to
have that
spend money
many.
when you can steal?
Fair.
When you're out in the world, everything is free 99. You just got to use the 5-finger discount.
I stopped stealing when I turned 18 because I don't want to deal with the consequences of that shit.
You're
But
ruining my
before
bit
then,
by getting real.
Everything was fair game.
Fuck, dude, I already stole Shane's identity.
I mean, you already stole this podcast.
We were able to put a down payment on a car.
I believe it.
Oh, is that where all my money's been going? Fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
at least now I know.
Well, it
You
hasn't
didn't,
been
you
going
didn't,
to
you didn't
Final
question. You didn't question those emails about your replacement card being in the mail.
No.
No,
Anyway.
he gets so many of those.
You know, that Nigerian prince still hasn't sent me that $1 million.
Really?
Yeah.
That one that had the same email as me?
Yeah. That one.
That's weird.
What a fucking coincidence is that?
It was kind of creepy.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
you
know
don't
how
want to be
that-
mistaken for that.
No, I'm not royalty. Me, King Kegel.
You'll never be a royal.
No, it don't run in my blood.
I was trying so hard to complete that, but I couldn't remember.
That's okay. The one that I know the most lyrics to is Aluminum Foil from Weird Al.
Oh, God. It's like me and my sister in The Saga Begins. The American Pie ripoff for Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. I know that one by heart.
Yep. I could sing the whole thing, even while drunk.
It's very tempting right
Especially
now.
while drunk.
I also know Yoda better than the song Lola. And I Want a New Duck better than I Want a New Drug. But those
And
ones are too old for
and
any of
Gump.
our listeners.
don't forget Gump.
Yeah.
I actually did forget about Gump.
How could you forget about Gump?
Because I was too busy listening to Fly for a Rabbi. Is this just a Weird Al podcast now?
I guess.
I mean, you guys can
I
go
get-
for it. I'm like not cool enough to remember.
No, we're not cool.
Right
We are definitely too white and nerdy.
We're
I'm sorry.
I'm cool enough to know that Weird Al has a character in My Little Pony. That's how cool I am. I'll exit now.
I mean, that one is kind of cool. I don't have a Weird Al song to go with it though.
Hmm.
Oh wait, You're Tacky. There we go.
Thanks.
Eh.
Yes, Cheese Sandwich is amazing. I like that they have like celebrity characters now.
I mean, didn't that
Wear my
start?
Ed Party shirt with fluorescent orange pants because I'm tacky. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Jesus. Didn't they start that shit in My Little Pony after Doctor Hooves?
No, because
Because that's canon now, isn't it?
yes, Doctor Who's and Derpy, not Derpy, the assistant, is canon. Like
Did they really rename Derpy Hooves to the assistant?
no, I forget her actual canon name now. Muffins or something?
I mean,
It was Ditzy
Our
before.
Right,
Our
Ditsy
producer,
do.
oh, there she is too. I was just gonna say, our producer has never gone more crazy than when you guys started talking MLP.
I will talk
I
about that
am
for-
not crazy.
I am. And she's gone.
you hit a
Wow.
nerve.
Oh no.
Clearly.
I think it first started though with the villain Discord, who was voiced by Q, so that was amazing. John Delancey.
Wait. Q from Star Trek?
Yes, John Delancey.
Oh Jesus. Okay, we need to get back on topic here.
Yeah,
Gee, we
we're
have.
getting way too deep here.
Holy God.
Oh, at least it wasn't Jesus this time. Now the big man himself showing up.
Hey, go home. So what are we even talking about this week? We're talking about games, right?
Well, we're always talking about
Well,
games, but specifically,
Apparently we're not always talking about games.
specifically, we were going to talk DLC in games and how it's ruining certain games.
And improving others.
I mean, yeah, because they're okay. So, example, story DLC in video games, which adds more content onto a single player experience. I'm perfectly on board with that. They've been doing that shit since the old days of PC when they'd release full-on fucking video games as expansion packs.
Yep.
Yes.
But
And then you
guess-
get the Game of the Year edition that has all of it.
right,
Yeah.
the thing is, it's like,
The problem is using that model, like, oh, we want to expand on the story, and everyone's on board with that because, of course, everyone's on board with that. We all agree. The problem is when they start roping off content, and it's just like,
yeah, when they
you
have
don't
the
get to know this part of the story unless you pay it.
the on-disc DLC.
Oh my
Ugh.
god, nothing makes me more upset than that. And
Actually, you know what makes me more upset than that? Whenever they don't have DLC on the disc, but like they've literally taken off key parts of the game that you don't have to pay for, but you literally need internet to access Quantum Break's live action scenes.
I didn't play Quantum Break, so
In the Quantum Break, the TV part, you have to be connected online or you can't watch the live action parts.
I did not know
What?
that.
That's
It doesn't
so
matter how
bullshit.
stupid or boring they are. It's just the fact that they don't come on disc.
Huh. That's irritating as fuck.
I think the
Mhm.
worst case
DLC
of
that you
DLC.
can't access on disc is shit.
No, not DLC that isn't on the disc. DLC
No, that is.
that's not on the
Yeah.
disc. DLC that is the game. I'm
Yeah.
referring to Tony.
But I was. Yeah, no, that's
That is
fair.
the
You mean
most
like that
egregious case of DLC that I've ever.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Although
what a
it's a
huge-
little bit of a different case because I suppose that's more of a patch, but like
But what else would you call that? Of course, it's a patch, but the patch contained the whole fucking game.
exactly.
It was bigger than what came on disc. That tells you right there that they
Yeah.
shipped an unfinished game.
Exactly. It's the opposite of on disc DLC, I guess.
Yeah. The really the main thing is DLC for single player games. A lot of the times, it's content that could have been in the main game if they had a longer development cycle and sold the game for more money. That's why these games still have season passes.
Yeah.
I feel like the Left Behind DLC should have been woven into Last of Us.
I did not play that DLC, so I can't agree with you or disagree with you.
That's the one where we find
I'll refrain from
the
complaining.
major.
It's not as good as you would think if you haven't played it. It's a hard one to judge because it's really good. It's Naughty Dog. Fucking Last of Us. But it was kind of disappointing. I waited so long and then I finally got my hands on it, and I don't like where they placed it.
What do you mean? Placed it chronologically in the story, or?
Yeah. So they have two stories that run concurrently, and they match up pretty well. But like, man, one half of the game is showing you Ellie protecting Joel. The other half of it is showing you what happened with Riley and her, and like why she was so adamant about protecting Joel, and where she got some of the skills that she ended up with whenever she survived on her own, and a couple other questions that are answered that, like, I don't know, didn't need answers. But then there are other things that are very groundbreaking and revolutionary. What I would have preferred, though, is that the entire Riley segment happened after the incident that happens with David and the cannibals, and that the entire protecting Joel thing happened where it's supposed to be in the story, but was an actual part of the main game and not DLC. That's just me, though. It felt disjointed. It was like a short film added to a DVD where you're like, you know what, they should have used a lot of this.
You mean like one of those... Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that.
You tried. I mean, I understand. I think I know what you're gonna get. Like,
it was
like
disappointing.
director's cuts where you're just like, you changed the whole movie. Why
Batman vs Superman.
Oof.
They didn't change the whole movie for that. Actually, it'd be more like Mel Gibson's Payback. If you watch the theatrical version and then watch the director's cut, they're two different films.
That's fantastic.
I will say the best edition of like a director's cut I've ever seen is still the Lord of the Rings.
Oh?
Because it adds like another fucking hour of content.
Yeah,
but
because
is
the
that
one thing those movies
necessary
needed
hour
was
of
more
content?
runtime.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, P.
What?
I talked over you that whole time.
Oh, I was just agreeing with you. No, there's
know,
no
but
reason to add more content if it's just empty content.
I know. I can't watch the Lord. I don't mind Fellowship of the Ring. It's a fun journey begins. But I can't sit through those movies.
That's fair. I mean, content that isn't necessary though is kind of one of the problems with the the extra story DLCs as well, though. That's basically what we're, like sometimes it's like, oh yes, I definitely thank you for expanding on this, and I needed to know this. I'm glad, but then other times it's just like, all right, thanks for more of the same.
Like, DLC, I feel, is you should have two types of DLC. You have story content, like story pack DLC that adds on to the game or something else like that. And then you have multiplayer content where you get like the map packs and all the shit that other people care about if your game has a multiplayer element. Other than that, don't fucking give any more DLC. And definitely don't do microtransactions. Except for cosmetic bullshit, but that should be free.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. And this is kind of why I thought about this as a topic anyway.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a little trip here and look at the two upcoming shooter giants of this year, right? So we have on the one hand Battlefield 5.
Are these giants?
They are technically the giants of the first.
Do people really still care that much, though?
I mean, at this point, Call of Duty is basically just the Madden of shooters.
That's what I mean.
So it still makes some of the it brings in some of the most money.
That's fair.
And Battlefield is just Battlefield, and I am a huge fan of Battlefield, so I have a bias.
Yeah, because you're a loser.
Fuck you.
Time and place.
But so Battlefield, right, is doing only cosmetic DLC. Like they're only doing microtransactions for cosmetics. At least that's what they've said.
Yeah.
This
and
is
it's
EA
whether
we're
you
talking about
trust
here.
that or not.
This is EA.
You know what, though? Okay. I'm going to try not to turn this into... I'm going to try not to spin this back to Last of Us, because I've been on this weird kick for like 3 weeks now, ever since that trailer dropped. But
I mean,
I
that's
actually do believe EA this time, if only because they fucked up so bad with Battlefront 2 that it has affected their bottom line. And anytime it affects the bottom line of a company, that's when you can trust their word.
That's a fair point. And going to Battlefront 2 with their business model that's changed since the backlash,
Yeah.
everything in that game is cosmetic now.
Yeah.
And as it was originally, every piece of content you can acquire, like gameplay wise. Obviously not the cosmetic shit, but gameplay content you can acquire for free, which I think is the correct model for it, which is the model EA is going with for Battlefield 5. There are no map packs, there are no, DLCs like that. Everybody gets all the maps, all the modes as they come out, which doesn't split the player base, which is what a modern shooter needs. You cannot have a split player base. Call of Duty hasn't realized that. And on top of not realizing that, they've also implored more fucking special editions than any game. No, wait, that's Assassin's Creed.
I mean,
They've tied their season pass to a special edition.
yeah.
So,
And are they still trying to work on that? Have they figured out their season pass yet? I haven't followed COD in a long time. Do you remember whenever they kept whenever they started Call of Duty Elite or whatever, and you had to pay like $60 a year?
yeah, no, it's just straight season pass. But the season pass is tied to the deluxe edition of the game, which costs $100. And herein lies the thing.
Yeah.
Games no longer cost $60. Right?
No.
Okay.
And most companies will release like your standard edition for $60, but it's missing content, and you have to buy the season pass to get the rest of the content.
Ugh.
Call of Duty has basically just tied the season pass to an Elite edition. Now, mind you, I guarantee they're going to release a season pass later down the line, or you'll just have to buy all the DLC separately. I'm not sure. As is well documented with this podcast, we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But
Accurate.
I don't like that I don't like that they're doing that, because they haven't learned. They've basically just decided that their players will spend the money on their game because they will.
At this point, though, does Bobby Kotick even need to learn?
No, he probably has more.
I think anytime somebody goes, "Hey, this doesn't seem like a really good idea," I think he just gives them the fucking bird.
And then go swimming in his giant money pit?
Yeah. He goes, I cameoed in Moneyball, motherfucker.
That's all you need.
And
That's his pedigree.
let's not forget that COD and Battlefield are both jumping on the Battle Royale bandwagon.
Let's.
No, because we can't forget it, because they're trying to sell COD as a full-price $60 game with no single player.
Yeah, but not all games need to be single player.
No, but the
No, but it
Again.
starts with the original Medal of Honor, a single player adventure through a first person game that takes place in a historical world can be fun.
Yeah, but this is no longer a historical world.
No, but they got sci-fi and cool with it. Isn't that the whole reason that they made Sledgehammer the fucking third studio making COD games? Because Sledgehammer can make a good story.
Yes. Which
Using
arguably
another problematic man from Hollywood whenever they had Kevin Spacey.
Call of Duty World at War had a pretty decent World War II story that explored some theaters that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
Not many,
Arguably.
Yeah.
but
Well, it's a video game. Even Last of Us, which I praise the shit out of constantly, and will try to bring the conversation back to, I guess, every time I speak. The story
You
itself
can
is
control
technically
yourself.
super cliched.
well, yeah, it's your standard survival story.
Yeah, it's garbage. It's just the performance and the execution that makes it 10 out of 10.
There's nothing wrong with a cliche story as long as it's executed correctly.
I mean,
Justice League.
Yeah. Sadness.
Looking right at you, motherfuckers.
that reminded me of a video I watched recently about the movie Halloween, and that everybody's like, oh, but it's this and this, and of course that happens because that's the trope. But like, you utilize the tropes correctly,
Yeah.
and it evolves into something more than those.
Yeah.
Speaking of
And,
Halloween,
and tropes allow you to use a shorthand to convey tons of information for the audience.
speaking of the Halloween movies, the new one looks fantastic because Jamie.
Lee
Jamie Lee
Curtis.
Curtis.
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say Jamie Kennedy.
What?
I don't know.
Or from.
Jamie Lee Curtis is basically playing Ash. Like
I
her
mean-
Yeah,
character.
they're just doing. Yeah, they're doing Jamie Lee Curtis versus the evil fucking Halloween.
Yeah, which, mind you, I'd be all right with a reboot of Evil Dead with a female lead, with Jamie Lee Curtis playing a female Ash.
I mean,
Okay, that's kind of cool. I like the Evil Dead remake.
I didn't see it.
I didn't like the rapey Bush, but I like the movie as a whole.
Yeah, but the rapey Bush was in the original too.
I
Arguably more
know.
disturbing in the original.
Ah!
the rapey
You don't
bush
want
reminded
it.
me of necrophilia.
See, I say arguably more
Necrophilia.
disturbing because that was very, very taboo at
Oh,
the
shit,
time.
No, that's the wrong movie too. Fuck me, whatever. I just tried to make a really cool reference and I just fucked it up completely.
Would
Yeah,
you
you failed.
would you agree that it was that scene was taboo at the time?
Which one?
I think that scene should be taboo anytime.
That's fair.
Rape should not be something we're desensitized to.
You know. Yeah, literally nobody should argue with you ever.
Yeah, no.
I'm not even gonna pretend for any longer. But
I'm just saying the shock value was higher in the original than it was in the remake.
I guess. Have you ever seen Last House on the Left?
I have not. I'm not a big horror movie fan.
You know what? Neither am I. It feels really weird that I've seen more than you.
I mean, as much as Chi tries, she cannot get me to watch many of them.
It's fine. If you had seen it, I guess I just would have kept going on this fucking trail of a conversation that I don't want to have.
that's very true. Like, I have seen Last House on the Left, and let's not
Most
talk about
visceral
it.
movie rape scenes.
All right, let's okay, back to video games. Reeling it back
My
in
favorite
here.
movies is Ichi the
But
Killer.
I loved it when The Godfather used butter in that one.
Jesus, okay.
movie.
Yeah.
But no, what I was saying is DLC as in multiplayer games that isn't cosmetic, so like your map packs or DLC guns that are that are better than the base guns. That shit no longer has a place in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
Like the season pass is dead.
I mean,
And
is
for
it, though?
it should
No.
be for multiplayer
wanna-
games.
It should be.
You
for
wanna
sure,
know-
but I don't think it's anywhere near close to dead yet.
Do you want to
They're
know
gonna
how you
milk
bring?
it.
You want to know how you bring a subscription service to these games? Bring it back from the dead. Stop releasing new ones every year.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the whole thing.
Right?
If you
They want to keep people invested, but then they can't.
well, Call of
How are
yeah,
they supposed to be invested?
because Call of Duty's on a fucking 3-year dev cycle. They release a new game every year, like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they expect you to buy the new one. They don't expect you like, oh, I like the ones that Treyarch makes, so I'm just gonna buy those ones. They
Yeah.
expect
That's
you
not
to
how that
buy
works.
the game every year.
Yeah.
And Johnny Layman does do that.
Well, yeah, because the guy who
And
buys
then he gives a real valuable critique, like, "Oh man, these graphics.
well,
They really up these graphics."
the thing it goes back to that comparison. It's the Madden of shooters, because you have the people who buy COD every year, and they're generally the same people who buy Madden every year. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, these are very broad games, and Madden, NBA, fucking
FIFA.
NCAA, like, just sport games in general. Yeah, but FIFA's kind of a juggernaut.
Well, because FIFA
But-
has worldwide appeal.
Yeah, more so than Madden. Yeah.
More so than
but-
here.
What those games should do though is just do roster updates every fucking year. And I guarantee you that if you could buy one disc and then pay a subscription fee to get constant updates to your game, people would do that.
Yeah, probably.
You could charge them $100 a year, and they would rather pay $100 a year than pay 60. Because they know that they get paid more
no,
anyway for
no.
fucking
They
HBO
if they,
franchise.
I say if EA tried to do that with Madden, they'd be flogged in the street.
I disagree because I know people who only buy those games. I
mean,
know a
I
dude
also
who
know
buys a
people who only
console.
buy this.
He has bought the most powerful console every generation just so he could play Madden on it. He never owns another game.
I mean, he kind of drank the Kool-Aid pretty hard there, didn't he?
He just likes football. I mean, what? It's fun to watch.
I guess.
It's
As
fun to
one who
watch
has
somebody
never
who can.
played a sports game in their life, I cannot even fathom this. and
We're
also
at the
the
point, man.
sports.
This is like I'm talking like 6-8 years ago. We reached the point where I could literally go to his house and watch him play, and he's good enough that I'm watching a broadcast.
That's pretty cool. Weird, but cool, I guess.
God, I suck at those games. I can't even play Blitz.
Oh, but Blitz is so good.
I know. I'm so bad at it.
I can't even play wrestling games. And that is the only sport that I watch.
Wrestling's not a sport, it's fake.
Wrestling is totally a sport.
You sound very sure of yourself.
I mean, people
I
are
can tell that
risking
this is something you care about deeply.
people are risking their lives to be in the ring, performing ridiculous, retarded stunts, all for the amusements of others. And yeah, it's choreographed as shit, but if it wasn't, people would literally be dying, and they do.
It's not choreographed.
It totally is.
No, I disagree with that.
Real wrestling fans understand.
No, I think that obviously each wrestler involved knows the moves and what to do in each of them, but that doesn't mean that the entire fight from beginning to end is choreographed.
Well, no, it's not. They have the big moves that they need to pull off.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they have to ad-lib a lot.
So
yeah. It's
I'm
like
saying
it's like
to do
watching it's stuntman improv.
I mean, it does depend on the wrestler, though. I mean, some wrestlers do a lot of like this this at this beat in the match we're gonna do this, and at this beat in the match we're gonna do this, and at this, and they like super scripted.
The Roman
And other
Reigns.
guys are. No, actually, Jericho's known for doing that. And then there's other guys that are
My
just
favorite-
like, fuck it, whatever. Let's
My
just.
favorite wrestler is Donald Trump, so said you better put a clip of that in.
No, because then we will get taken down.
By who? It's YouTube.
By WWE.
Who? The president?
You'll get a bunch of thumbs up from people who don't get it.
Yeah, and then WWE will take down the video.
Nah, you could put the
suck
GIF
it,
up,
too.
dude. They did that thing where he was beating the shit out of CNN.
There you go. Problem solved.
But, alright.
Or just bleep me whenever I say who my favorite one is.
No. Alright.
I think you should. I think that's a fantastic running joke to have in the podcast, personally.
I mean, the whole podcast would just be bleeps then.
I
No.
think the whole
Just
podcast
every
is a
time somebody
fantastic
says
run
Trump,
joke.
bleep it.
But that's just me.
But yeah, I'm just saying bleep the name Trump.
Yes. Erase it from all of history.
Well, because every time you say it out loud, he feels better about himself.
He gets... If you say it 3 times in a row, he appears in your bedroom.
If you say it
No,
3 times
that's
in a row,
Biggie
it comes in
Smalls.
his pants.
Can we go back to talking about video games now?
Yeah. I'm
Right.
sorry, just as a narcissist, I hate narcissists.
It's fair.
I hate
I
you.
understand this. On a deep
I
level.
love you.
I'm incapable of love, but I appreciate you highly.
What
I
a...
meant pain, but okay.
I'm trying to think of other
You're
things,
a woman.
because, I mean, we've kind of covered all the major games that really have the issues.
Well, we've talked about the ones that have issues, but like, what about the ones that do it well? What
Witcher?
about The Witcher? What
Oh
about,
my god, yeah.
Yes, The Witcher. What about Splatoon?
Okay,
What
For
about?
all I have to bitch about, I think that Last of Us's DLC was perfectly priced.
Oh my God.
for what it was. I think that The Witcher had great DLC.
Maybe we should just censor out every time you talk about The Last of Us.
I think I'm gonna.
I've been on a kick, I told you.
Yeah.
We can
And it
tell.
had DLC.
Yes.
I think that
I
the
guess.
Catwoman DLC for the Arkham games was alright.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, but that was DLC tied to... That came out, like, for normal people eventually, right?
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
really?
the game of the year. All DLC does that. Look at Fallout. I think Fallout DLC was great too.
Ah,
Like 3 in New Vegas. I can't say anything about 4.
that reminds me of something that happened in E3 that I meant to look up and I didn't. And I'm gonna do the Sedg thing and look something up in the middle of the podcast recording. Give me a second here.
Alright. While she looks that up.
Continue to talk
and I'll never
through it.
stop talking
Jesus.
about it.
I don't even know how I would look
Fuck
that
you,
up.
super producer. Talk about Last all the time.
No, Witcher had
Welcome back to
super
The Last of
awesome... God damn it.
We're 3 idiots. Last of Us. Last of Us. Last of Us.
No. Witcher had super good DLC, but that goes back to another thing for the story DLC. As long as you
Yeah.
have good story DLC, you're fine.
After you have us bitch about like what constitutes good and bad DLC, what else do we talk about regarding DLC but times that succeeded and failed?
I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Like, good DLC advances a game, bad DLC splits the player base.
I think that Hitman had a good system with its episodic.
Yeah, but that's episodic. That's not DLC.
It's a good way to do a game, though.
Certain games, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, games with levels.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
not.
Don't do the next fucking Grand Theft Auto like that, where you buy the first 5 missions and then have to wait months and months and months. But like, assuming they ever make another Grand Theft Auto,
Apparently, 6 is in the works, from what I hear.
so's Red Dead 2.
Yeah, that's coming out this year.
It's not.
It
will be
is.
delayed.
You have to have faith in something.
Everything they showed has been pre-rendered.
I mean, they haven't shown us anything yet.
They fixed the online component.
Yeah, that'll be the
Yeah,
next
I
thing.
said online component.
Yeah, we all know it's going to have an online component.
They're gonna have Red Dead Online. They're gonna drag it out for 5 years, like GTA.
Yeah, everybody knows that. This isn't news.
like every game of the modern generation.
You're gonna buy 6-shooter cards instead of shark cards.
Oh, Jesus. Can you confirm your Thorthither?
Yeah. My brain.
It's not a source. I've seen the way you think.
What is that supposed to mean?
Your brain is Wikipedia before moderation.
I have never had an inaccurate thought.
You mean Encyclopedia Germanica?
Sure.
No, he means it's more like Uncyclopedia.
Zing.
Not really, though.
Ha, take that, my brain. Got him.
Oh man, I had a thought on DLC and I've completely lost it.
We've lost all of our thoughts on DLC.
Get
Oh,
lost.
so am I the last of us that's gonna talk about DLC?
You are fucking fired.
I'm gonna go sit
Can't
behind
fire me, I quit.
I'm gonna go sit behind a car and let it run over me.
I'm gonna go play New Game Plus on Last of Us.
Oh my god.
Ah.
I might even bump the difficulty up to normal.
Oh. Oh dear.
Oh, shit.
I know.
Mm.
Could you imagine an actual challenge where I don't spend minutes walking around a map wondering where I am because there's nothing to challenge me or move me forward? I did that with Batman.
I just assume you sit staring at walls for too long.
I do that.
You do have cameras.
Yeah, I do. I told you.
To be fair, I have played the herbs though. That's something.
Yes.
You have something that none of the rest of us have.
Or how about Payback, Driver 3? Those are 3D open world fucking GTA clone games.
Yeah. Driver 3 was actually pretty cool.
It's trash. Hit detection's all off.
I mean, yeah.
Games suck.
But I like the fact that cars explode into multiple pieces.
Oh, hey, I do actually have something interesting to talk about DLC-wise. Everybody shut
You're
up for
either-
a second.
Hold on, you're either thinking of the console release of Driver 3 or Driver
I'm gonna
2.
mute you.
No, I was thinking of the console release of Driver 3.
Oh, I'm talking about GBA.
Oh, fuck that. Now, what were you saying, Chi?
3D open world.
Are you quite finished?
On a cartridge. Kind of like Breath of the Wild.
Alright, so you were talking about... the that episodic whatever junk about Hitman, and we were talking... Basically, the end goal of this was to talk about DLC, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now here's an implementation of DLC that is one of the most batshit things that I've ever seen, and I totally fell into it, and I hate myself for it. The last Vocaloid game, the last Hatsune Miku game that came out,
Okay.
I believe it's called Future Tone. It was released in 3 parts.
What?
When it first came, or when it was first released, when it was first announced, it boasted like 100 or 120 different songs and like this many different modes and like coverage from all of the games that have come out so far. You get to play all of those again with updated graphics, with updated rhythm controls. This is what they promised. When it released, you downloaded the game, and then you had to go back and actually download the game. Because what you did was you downloaded the client, and then you got to pick from either DLC A or DLC B. And why would you do that? So they just bundled them together and said, hey, you actually want all of the songs we promised? Here, buy this. It was the worst implementation of this concept that I've ever seen, and I hated myself for buying all of it. In the end, I think it added up to like $70, but like, it was just like the idea of it. Like when I first downloaded it, I was like, "Oh, I got the game, sweet!" And then it was like nigh unplayable because I didn't download either set of other stuff that I didn't know at first I needed to download. And maybe that's just me being retarded and like not reading through a contract or something. But it was like, I just want to play the game that I was told I got. Why can't I do that?
Since we're on the subject of games nobody cares about, so like in the mobile game of Final Fantasy 15, whatever
you realize
kingdom,
mobile games nobody cares about.
Yeah, whatever fucking kingdom, fucking
Kingdom Battle.
No,
it's called something else. The Final Fantasy one, though.
Yeah. They have everything from $1 to $100 microtransactions you could buy, and none of them come with anything permanent. They're all consumable items.
Oh,
that hurts my soul.
And it's just a grindy game where you can either expend consumables or wait for hours while people ransack your kingdom.
Yeah. That explains why people call it one of the worst games of all time.
Oh, it's bad, man. The UI's bad. The chat's bad.
Oof.
Everybody's a troll or just spending $20 at a time.
But that's the issue with the mobile game market in general.
Yeah. And
it's
that,
trash,
you know,
man.
the AAA is starting to latch onto because, spoiler alert, it works.
Really good games on mobile. Like, if we just quit worrying about fucking specs and stuff and focused more, because the specs are building on mobile anyway, and focus more on mobile and Switch, I would be the happiest gamer ever. I want to take real games, but like, leave my house.
What? I feel like I missed that.
No, I get what he's saying.
The fact that like Doom is on Switch is dope as fuck.
Yes.
Little bit laggy, but yeah, it's a pretty dope thing. Or Skyrim, or
Yep, Skyrim's on the Switch. Fucking Breath of the Wild, shit like that's so cool. And then for mobile, Nintendo's mobile efforts, Super Mario Run was really good.
Nintendo's mobile efforts are always great.
But it's $10, and it should be $6.
Yeah. Or there's been a couple cases of originally mobile games coming to the Switch and being charged like way more than they were originally, which is kind of shitty.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars on mobile is really good.
I believe it. I know nothing about it, but I believe it.
And like, I want more better experiences on my mobile that's not just Gameloft ripping off some fucking console game. Like Modern Combat 9 or whatever their COD ripoff is.
Oh fuck! Their
Call of Battle Honor.
I don't remember what the game was. Somebody, a buddy of mine showed me this mobile game, and now I can't remember what it was, but it was a really good first-person shooter.
On mobile?
Yeah, on mobile. It was like
Nova.
Maybe.
Did it look really good graphically?
Yeah.
It's Nova.
It had this whole thing where
you're so confident.
Like the you don't have to shoot, the gun auto shoots when you're over a target.
Okay.
Ooh.
And it was kind of like a Destiny thing, so you had like the hub world and then you have missions you go off on. So I guess more of a Warframe thing.
Maybe it is a different thing. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty neat, dude. Nova's like the Crisis of mobile games.
Oh yeah, no. This was It was
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
I don't know how it's evolved since. I just say it because it's like the one game that like every time you have like one of those tablets that have built-in game controls, because like they want you to know you can run emulators on it, but they can't legally say that. They always advertise it with Nova because the game's graphics are so fucking good.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
is that a good place to wrap up for the night, you think?
I don't know, man. I don't know how this fucking thing went. It probably started off real good and then fizzled out.
No, I think we had a good
You know what? I would say that anybody who is listening, who actually cares to listen and wants to listen, the one thing that's on their mind is like, yeah, but what else about Last of Us do you like?
God,
You know what I mean?
nobody cares.
And
The people who do care have checked the fuck out.
Yeah, they've walked away, shot their computers, taken their dog, and driven out into the middle of nowhere to be alone.
started odd, turned bad, turned off topic, then returned to topic. Fuck you. The movie talk was the best part.
But yeah, no, I think that's a good place to stop it for the week. So we
I
will.
don't think we needed to get meta at all.
No. But
No, people like that. Millennials really enjoy that. Those young, hip millennials
oh Jesus.
nearing their 40s.
Mm-hmm. Isn't about your bedtime, old man.
Damn.
Get off of my lawn.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Deuces.
Peace.